on Kane! It's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Major. America. Let's go. Listen, now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It is time. Finally, the takeover has happened. We're absolutely buzzing, and with me to celebrate this amazing news, I have four fantastic guests. Joe, we have Lockie, we have Lloyd, and of course we have Andrea. As soon as we dropped off, it came live. Yeah, I was like, "Are you taking the piss?" Late night Leeds, double trouble.
It's the next day now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's Bam by your birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Joe, we were chatting earlier about all this transfer news. You went on the show, but how are you feeling, bro? Apart from being tired, like the 49ers takeover's done. And all the transfer news, like, it's amazing. As someone says, Tommy G said here, and as Conor McGregor would say, it's time to break out the red panties. You know, well, not red in our house, but yeah, white. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm really happy with it. But as you always say, Joe, never in doubt. You know, it was going to happen when it was going to happen. I think myself and Lockie were just saying before we were live, we were talking about this on my stream on Friday night, that all the names of the investors popping up was very similar to when the original announcement was made. And this had to mean there was something happening. There's a lot of real in the know journalists who are being very quiet. And I saw Adam Pope's Don't Go to Bed Just Yet clip up on Twitter. Like, that wasn't recorded this evening. That was recorded at different times. So embargoes were clearly in place. But I think you hear all the news today with Ampadu looking like it's probably going to be done pretty quickly. You've also got Kamara being rumoured as well as Dennis as well. All this stuff's popping back up rapidly. You go back a couple of weeks ago to when I think it was Phil Hayes said there was 6 lined up who had agreed to join Leeds and were ready to go. This could be it now. You know, this could be the floodgates starting to open. The whatever was blocking it, and it now looks like it was the EFL takeover, after the EFL approval. Floodgates should be open now. We should start seeing some serious moves. So it's exciting. It's going to be a really exciting week for Leeds. I wish I was less tired and could really enjoy this.
I know, mate. I know. But listen, it is what it is. We've got to party on that. And also on this channel, remember, folks, we don't discriminate. We know that there's people down under. We know that there's people over in the States. For them, they're just getting up, man. This is nice. Or they might be going to bed. I don't know. Are they getting up or are they going to bed?
America, depending on which coast, the West Coast are finishing their day of work.
Okay.
And Australia are waking up.
Well, there you go then. Good morning or good eye. And then
good morning.
Yeah, I don't know what they say in America. Howdy y'all. Something like that. Lockie, how happy are you? You're like me, you've had a change, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm getting the American gear out. Let's go.
Exactly.
Go.
Yeah, I've been messaging the chat. So excited, like a little kid. Honestly, I love it. It's been so long, hasn't it, since we've had some like really good news from this club. Like years, you could argue. I'm just absolutely buzzing. And other day when we were on Joe's show and you were upset and all that.
Do you remember?
Yeah. Miserable on Friday.
That was a few days ago. That's crazy, isn't it?
But just sat there for the whole stream.
Yeah, it was. I was fuming.
I listened to Graham and Joe Donahue on the podcast. I said they were being a bit weird, the way that things they were saying. Something. Yeah, so now it's obvious. And with all the links today, surely we should have known it was going to be it within hours. Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing, mate. I wouldn't
mind a game of poker against Graham Smith with that poker face that he had on him. And that live stream, like, something's up.
It was, I think, like I say, I think we all Wednesday keep getting mentioned, and then Russ, who said, "Oh, they always ratify them on Thursday," to me, and then obviously it happened anyway. But it's like you say, ducks are well in a row, and it almost feels like now that that's done, we're going to see bang, 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 bang. You know,
picking them off,
yeah, and I'm really excited. Look, what about some of the names that have been mentioned then in this list? I mean, it's like a who's who of Olympic medalists. I don't know if have you seen the Leeds United ownership thing that a lad called Tomo's done on Twitter. Just 1 second, I'll I'll share
Yeah, I
my
saw
screens.
that.
We are
Yeah,
massive.
so this is Leeds United's ownership. 28 Olympic medals, 5 golf majors, 6 Ryder Cups, 1 NBA final, and 2 Stanley Cups.
Who says we don't win trophies?
Exactly, man.
Yeah, and
I mean, I don't-
David Robert and Michael Schweimer have actually retweeted this tweet too.
Yeah, this guy
Yeah,
here,
that's-
Trimmer, right?
Yeah.
So you know a bit about the background, right, Andrea? Who is it? Talk to me.
Yeah, actually, I started following him weeks ago, and he followed me back. He's basically a former MLB player who, after he retired, became a businessman, an investor, and he has this agency, Big League Advance. Who like?
So are you saying your best mates were Michael Schwimmer?
No. No. When we were talking about the ownership with my friend Baxter, as you surely remember, I told you I was doing some researches and I had found his name, but I was keeping it quiet, basically he's has this agency, this venture, involved in venture too, and it's basically apart from this, he tries to invest in minor league baseball and football players, trying to take them to the next step in those 2 major leagues. And a lot of the players that he bet on actually with this agency have made it to the MLB and NFL. But basically for the 49ers, he has been the golfers Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas have said in a recent interview, he's been the glue bringing all the athletes together, at least the majority of them, because of course Russell Westbrook was an investor too, wasn't mentioned in the tweet by Michael Schweimer, but yeah, the majority of them. And he's recently just mentioned Bam Adebayo too, one of the best centers in the NBA and Olympic gold medalist with the USA too. So yeah, I think he's been a major force along with Rudy Klein Thomas, because of course Mastery Ventures of Rudy Klein Thomas and Andre Iguodala, another NBA player. Mastery has acquired recently, as with first, the major NFL agency. So we're talking about big players in the game of football, basketball, and baseball. Football, American football, clearly. So this is summarizing that is it. Yeah,
it's insane. I mean, Lloyd, obviously some of these names, like I said, I know Justin Thomas, I know Spieth, I know Michael Phelps. I'm not sure on the others. As I say, my extent of knowledge when it came to basketball ended with Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Michael Jordan. So I don't know any of these new dudes, but just having them on board's huge, right? Even from a commercial perspective.
Yeah.
We've seen Larry Nance do an interview the other week or last week. Maybe it was a bit to save face when he said he owned our football club to some fan. But he wore a top on an interview. You'd imagine now all these sports stars in the next interviews are going to be, asked about Leeds United, and it really puts it to the forefront of everyone's mind. And look, there's quite a lot of Americans sort of fell out of love with us a bit when we hammered Jesse Marsh because they took it personally, but this might help rebuild that relationship, and I think the Americans will look at Leeds United as their second team in a sense, and this can only be a positive, right, from a commercial standpoint.
Definitely, the profile of our club now is just going to just be elevated even more than it already was, and also they're not going to invest in Leeds unless, again, they've been sold a platform and sold the plans. They're not just going to do it just for the sake of it. They'd have been told what's going on and they'd have had to get on board with that. So, which gives me more confidence that the 49ers are, they're not messing about with us. They're not here for the short term. They're going to try and get us back to where we really belong, not just the Premier League, like beyond that as well. Yeah. So it's really, really promising that they're all getting on board.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what I'm saying. I was on another stream, but and I know it's obvious it's Premier League and all that, but you can't help but get excited, right, Joe? I know you're half asleep there, Joe, just to bring you back.
I'm reading something.
Don't worry,
to get ready
mate.
for you. I'm looking for
I can. Joe
So
was
the
like,
man who
"Yeah,
was passed out on Friday, sitting sideways. in
Yeah,
his chair.
we were looking at his phone that entire stream we were at previously.
I know, yeah. I was excited though. I was excited because
He catches on his
it's
phone.
exciting news. What happens now, Joe? What's next?
I think they're moving rapidly. The ownership information on the page has changed already. They're like, these are the 4 new guys that are in there. We've already seen the announcement of a new technical director coming in as well. Steinson, who's coming in from Spurs, or Stenson's coming from Spurs. So they're not messing around with that. He's got a decent track record, and he's chosen himself to leave Spurs to come to Leeds. There you go. Rudy Klein Thomas is going to be a big player in this, a big time player in this, given his background, what he's achieved in sports and behind the scenes sports. Pete Lowry, the same. If you're talking about from a pure investment and marketing potential here, you've got 3, 4, if you include Schwimmer, really influential people in that circle who could really bring a lot of eyes on Leeds and really elevate this club. I keep going back to this. I did an interview with Cam Inman from the 49ers months ago. It was my video of this is going to get me over the mark. It didn't. But he did say at the time, they're not dipping their toe in here. They're going in 2 feet. They're not in this for the short term. They're in this to do it right. They want success. They're going to want winning team. They're going to do it in the right way, though. So don't expect a huge big bag of cash to start getting thrown around like it's silly money. It won't be like that. It'll be measured. It'll be logical. It'll be strategic, as everything else that they've done so far has been, which is really unusual for us. I can't remember. God, maybe it was Leslie Silver or just before Leslie Silver was the last time we had an ownership where it was a little calm for a bit. But I think under this ownership, I think we're looking at a much more professional ownership. We won't probably be happy with everything that they do, but you're never going to be happy with every owner. But I think they'll have the right ideas. And as has already been said, they need this to be successful if they're going to make any money. And that's the important part. Venture capitalists are not looking to just have vanity projects. They need to make money. So I'd expect things to move pretty quick. I think we'll see some more bodies in the door now this week. I think the shackles are off. So, I'm excited about this. Finally, content.
Oh, I know. Do you know what? And I will say this, and I appreciate everyone being live, and people knows I'm trying to make this. Today was a lovely day. But I'm checking the analytics tomorrow. I'll be like, yeah, boy, let's go. Lucky. I mean, come on. Actually, before we go there, do you know what? I've just looked as well, Joe. 13K already, man. What is going on? Cheers, lads. We are moving. Congrats, Joe, on the channel milestone success. Looking forward to the future.
Yeah. 13.3 and 2 million views. Which is mad.
In a year's time, when I'm asking you to come on, you say, "Nah, I ain't got no time, Joe."
Joe, I wouldn't have got to that 13K without you, so don't think.
Oh, look at that! What a guy! What a guy! What a guy! I
was stuck on 6 till I came onto this channel. Now look at it.
We're all a family, aren't we? We're all a family. Lloyd Jade Coyle says, "Yeah, I'll give you a bit of that, bro." Yeah. There we go. Come on, then. Talk to me, people. I've done enough talking today. Talk to me, Andrea. What's going on? Talk to me.
You want the list? The list of people. Yeah, I know the list because a lot of people were asking are losing the count of people involved. So far, the ones that have been mentioned are, of course, Klein Thomas from Mastery, Peter Lowe we've just seen, Kinnear is staying, Russell Westbrook, NBA player, one of the major NBA players. Then Gabe Landeskog and Henrik Thompson from the NHL, Michael Phelps, we all know who he is. Then Larry Nance, of course, Justin Thomas and Jordan Speed, the golfers. Then Michael Schweimer from Big League Advance and David Schwab from Octagon, another great agency, especially specialized on basketball, one of the main.
That was supposed to go in private chat. I've tried to copy it to put it in private chat. I put it on the screen. Me head's up my ass. I should be in bed. Go ahead, Andrea. Sorry, Tim.
Well, I thought it was a warning for me. You have to listen to it. Then, of course, Ted Early, co-founder of YouTube. Then we have some venture capitalists, Matt One and Mark One from Jets Ventures. Then looking at people connected with the 49ers, the one that I have recently worked with in 49ers Enterprises, and of course the majority of them work for San Francisco 49ers too, are Colin Mather, who was sitting in the board at Ellen Road Limited, the company that was controlling the stadium. Then we have, of course, Jet York and Parag Marathe. at the very top. John York and Denise Di Bartolo, of course, the Bartolo York family. So, of course, a lot of the funding will come from them. Then we have Brano Perkovic, who is one of the managers at 49ers Enterprises and a key person in Orum Partners, who is the fund that manages the investments of the York family. Then the other names that I've found are actually Al Guido, of course, Al Guido, Italian, who is the president of the 49ers, but also involved in 49ers Enterprises, and Jeff Diamond, another one that is involved in both companies. And another one, actually, Raminder Dadwal, who was recently visited Leeds with Michael Schweimer. They were at the game versus Leicester. So that's so far. These are the people involved. We've seen recently in the recent minutes also Bam Adebayo joining the group, another NBA player, and I think there's a possibility that other NBA players emerge in the coming hours, of course, because Michael Schweimer in his Twitter has named that other nameless, sports athletes that want to appear. We may even get, I don't know, Zach LaVine.
From the Bulls, I was thinking Steph Curry from the Golden State Warriors.
Steph Curry, I'm done.
Goat.
Dan Marino?
Yeah.
Dan Marino, perhaps? I don't
You just
know.
picking names off Madden 96, are you, Joe?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Ace Ventura.
Genuinely
Ace
mental.
Ventura, Pet Detective, mate. That's from Snowflake and all that. That's
Joe
where
has his
that's
own
from.
list.
No, I think, to be fair, honestly, one of the of the Golden State Warriors will surely be involved, considering the
It has to be
connection.
if Klein Thomas is involved. He's very involved. With
Absolutely. Of course, Iguodala played there last season, but I think other players are involved too. To be fair, maybe Steph Curry, Draymond Green. I don't know. We don't know right now, but I think someone in the roster is involved. Really.
Wow.
Just want to add as well, sorry, just to jump in. I've got a friend who's a Leeds United fan. He's in the chat, but basically he's sort of like his dad was a big Leeds fan and was owner of a football club. And anyway, but basically he's just texted me there just to basically say that the 49ers are offering massive wages for a head of scouting position, apparently. Aren't messing around. The staff will be almost double what it is currently. And apparently they've spoken to some big hitters in that world in terms of, analytics and stuff like that. So I think as well, it's clear, like it's being said, they're not messing around. Do you know what I mean? So I think we always wanted that as well in terms of, I think we all expected it to increase in size because it has been pretty Mickey Mouse behind the scenes, if I'm being totally honest. So I think that's going to change massively and long may it continue. You know what I mean? I think it's a good day. Today is a good day, man. Today is a good day.
Andrea, you have to get your application in, mate, for that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Get your application in there, Andrea.
It's just nice that the Rad Rosani era is just like officially done.
Yeah, over.
It feels like it properly. Like it feels like a clear cut now.
Yeah, it does.
You look at the site; it's not
fresh
there.
start. Yeah.
No Acer on the announcement. His little quote is at the very bottom of a very long statement. So if you're a TLDR person, you're not getting that far with that. It's buried. It's good. Yeah, it is. There's an interesting piece. I was going to say I'll wait for the head of social media job to go before I start applying for things. I can wait. There's an interesting piece of the statement that I thought that would please people an awful lot because it is a long statement. There's an awful lot of stuff in it, and it's from Rudy Klein Thomas. And what he says is 49ers Enterprises is bringing fresh leadership, management, and a commitment to investment, which is the bit that I'm very pleased about. Like I said to my fiance downstairs, like Leeds have got real money now, and I mean real money now. Not the stuff we've been dealing with in the past. So shame where we are, but it's the right platform to get back up.
Yeah. So actually, you've just made me think about. Oh, imagine it was Premier League.
I know. It's all right. We'll get went through my head. I was like, what could it have been? But
I know.
It's the whole structure. It's a proper structure. It's not just Andrea and a few Bob. It's like this guy doing this guy. You know what I mean? And they're all there's real structure and a Premier League structure. A team that if you get it right, the potential is massive. Like, imagine other investors in the Premier League you could get. Like, when the values, goes out the roof, the structure is really.
I mean, does it get much better though than people like Michael Phelps and that? You know what I mean?
Steph Curry
really?
Steph Curry would, yeah. That was,
I don't have a
Giannis
clue who that
well.
is, to be honest. Who is that?
Steph Curry's probably one of the greatest
Golden State
players to
Warriors,
play in the
isn't
NBA. He's on the back end of his career now. He's possibly retiring soon, but
Yeah.
he's
Is he better than Kobe Bryant?
Different kind of player.
Yeah.
No.
3-point.
LeBron James?
Yeah.
You're going for
Well,
dunkers, mate. You're going point
No,
guards.
Are they different positions?
Different positions. Yeah, different positions.
Okay.
Steph's a 3-pointer, a 3-point guy, but also he kind of kicks off all their moves and stuff. He's quality player.
Yeah.
Not a big guy, small guy, but lethal. Absolutely.
Yeah,
lethal.
he changed the war game with
Larry Bird?
Different position and different era, Joe.
I'm just shouting out names now. Magic Johnson?
He's telling you,
Magic
so
was
Mega
better.
Drive collection there. I'm looking at things.
Old school. I'm going old school, man. Right, let's jump on onto this statement. Okay, I just want to quickly share for those that haven't seen. So it says here, today, Leeds United Football Club can announce that the EFL has approved the sale of the club to the 49ers. Parag Maraf, previously vice chairman and board member of the club, will take over as Leeds United's chairman. He'll oversee all aspects of the club, including football and business operations, and drive the strategy to fight for promotion back to the Premier League in the 23-24 season. Maraf takes over from Rad Razani, who has been majority owner. Angus Kinnear, CEO of Leeds United board member, will remain in his current position and continue to direct the club's day-to-day operations. Rudy Klein Thomas, who is founder and managing partner of Mass Street, will join the board as co-owner and vice chairman of the club. Parag says this is an important moment for Leeds United and we already had at work. This transition is a necessary reset to chart a new course for the club. We had already appointed a highly respected first-team manager with a track record of success, and we are confident Leeds will field a competitive squad to contend for promotion next season. It's a privilege to carry this torch, as I know we have responsibility to ensure this club makes our staff, players, supporters, and the Leeds United and Yorkshire communities proud. Just to jump on that for a second, folks. What's quite interesting, which the fact that they've not done any interview.
No.
Do you know, in a case of like, this is us front and center, let us thing, it's like him saying there in that little paragraph, we're already on it. We're already in that transition. We're already doing what we need to do. We don't need to be sat in front of you saying X, Y, Z. Yeah. As much as I, as a fan, wanted that, you have to respect it as well, right?
I think they're
you'll
going
see it, though. I think you'll see it over the next couple of days. Sorry, Lucky, go on.
I was just going to say, I think they're going to show it by actions. They're going to get 3 players. You know what I mean? They're just going to keep going with it. Yeah, I agree, though, Joe. I think there will be a little interview.
Yeah, I think there'll be like recordings done behind the scenes. I was watching Sky Sports News tonight, and it got 30 seconds on Sky Sports News tonight. And Willian renewing his contract at at Fulham got 2 minutes. So a takeover from an American sports company gets 30 seconds. That's where you are now. I don't think this is not it's not their thing. They do everything behind the scenes. They do it quietly. They do it in silence. We've been hearing this, and we keep saying, we got to get used to the silence because that's going to be the way it is. You know, they're not in a rush. They're not wilting to Twitter pressure, you know, and we've all been involved in that over the last couple of months.
They had a lot of pressure.
Huge pressure. And I go back to the initial statement that they made about when they took over the 49ers and they were trying to get the coach right. They'd gone through a couple of bad years there, and was it 32 days? They interviewed 29 head coaches, 31 days. The gap between head coaches for Leeds was 32 days, and they interviewed whatever amount of people, but a similar time frame. So it's diligence. They've ignored the noise, which they did before. They said they got some stick from the fans because of the length of time it took. Same happened here as well. And they also got a bit of stick because of lack of public announcements about stuff. Same happened here. So it's copy and paste. They know how to deal with crowds. They know what they've been involved with sports clubs for a while. So they know what fans can be like, and they just know to just tune it out. No Twitter accounts, no late night tweeting, no silly stuff. Just professionally done. Get on with the work. I like that, but I'm sure we'll see some clips come out over the week from interviews from people sitting around the place. But like snippets that Leeds have sent out.
I think the mad thing is as well. It's like, go on.
Like they're just professional. Like you're not gonna. You just won't see them tweeting a content creator halfway through the game in a relegation battle. It's just mental when you sit there and think about it.
Yeah, no, when you deep
the owner of our club to like messaging a fan on Twitter during the game.
Mental.
It's mind blowing.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
That is actually mental when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is mental. Big shout out Connor, by the way, but that's mental. Folks, we can't see your chat for some reason the chat stopped working on StreamYard.
It's working
But
on
it's
YouTube.
working on
still.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if you
second
see me
screen.
looking over, I was thinking like, why? Because also the viewers hasn't changed either. I was just thinking, bloody hell, what's going on? But I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's broken. So if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking at the chat.
You've been on too much today, Joe. Your PC's gone now.
Probably.
know what,
StreamYard's like, what's going on here? Someone did ask a question, which I wondered if anyone's got the answer to. Let me see if I can find it. But basically, someone asked the question. I want to give him credit, but I can't find him. Sorry, mate. But he said that where do we rank now in terms of like clubs, in terms of investment, in terms of money? Does anyone have an idea?
As far as I remember from, again, it was the back end of last season. I believe that based on the York's ownership and based on the York's net worth, Marathe and Pete Lowy would have put Leeds into the top 7 in the Premiership in terms of finances, top 6. Now, that doesn't include the additional investment that's there as well. I mean, you look at Russell Westbrook is the 14th richest sports athlete on the planet. So there's a huge chunk of change in there as well, and all the endorsements and sponsorship money that comes with those guys as well. You know, you look at what Leeds are trying to do off the pitch with gear and apparel and all that kind of stuff. This takes that to a different level again. So, but yeah, it should be pretty high, top 6 maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jamie Dixon says serious investment here. Jim says we're the richest club to ever be in the Championship. I don't know if that's factual or right. Yeah. It's going to be good. Danny says Joe doesn't need sleep. Sleep needs Joe. I quite like that, bro. I can't lie to you. Big up Danny, by the way. Yes, that is. Someone just said though as well, and I think this is quite a statement. Stephen says statement obviously not written by the dude in the social media department. The 49ers were all over this statement. And by that I mean it just read like we are now being controlled by a professional body.
Yeah, Klein Thomas and Schwab. Klein Thomas and Schwab, I think.
Yeah, they're the ones that put it together. Yeah.
No, maybe they've influenced it because they have a massive marketing knowledge and they know how to handle these situations.
Yeah.
So yeah, unless it's one of the designs that we've seen with the peacock, you know, the old ones, especially by the 90s. But I think the difference will be clear once they take over fully the communication too of the club, from Rad's tweeting mid-game, you know, to Connor.
It's mad. It is. It's mad. Back to the statement. It says, just to bring it up. So Klein Thomas, and I think this is quite. It's like almost like he's got a vested interest in it because he says, "With my family hailing from Leeds, it's an honour to be able to uplift this incredible community. This is more than just an opportunity; it's a personal mission. The chance to reinvigorate the cherished Leeds culture, to create a platform that attracts the world's finest players and build a truly global brand that celebrates diversity is a prospect that thrills me." Like that itself from him is amazing.
Difference from putting a couple of kits in a box and posting them out to celebrities to actually making a statement like that. That's we're going to bring in real big people here. We're not just going to post out stuff and hope that they fall in love with us. They you know, treat celebrities like influencers. We're going to actually go after this properly and aggressively. There's so much stuff in that statement that just says pissing about. Like, this is, we're here, we're business, and we have big plans for this. And I love this.
And I believe it. I believe it when I read that. You know what I mean? You listen. We were talking about his story backstage, weren't we? And just touched on it there about the Leeds connection, but also his upbringing and his goals and how quick his trajectory has gone up from being from being a intern in the NBA to now being part owner of Leeds United in not so long. You know, he's very incredible, and that's what I like about this. But I think for people like that, and you look at Peter Lowy as well, who's got that Leeds connection there.
Big fan.
I like the people that are around it, and I like what they're saying, and I believe them. And I think that's important as a fan base, that you believe in the ownership. Now, of course, everything comes down to performance and results on the pitch. So now we have to let them get the right people in the recruitment. Like we said, they spend a lot of money on there apparently, because they know they have to get the right thing there. Otherwise, it's all for nothing.
Are we looking at like Brentford, Brighton kind of stuff behind the
I hope
scenes.
so.
More money though.
same.
Praying.
With more money, potentially, yeah.
And a bigger club as well. You know, no disrespect, but we're a massive club compared to Brentford and Brighton. So I bet Plymouth fans are a bit arced, didn't they? They're like, why don't you bring all these people when you're with us?
He did get them up though. He did get them promoted.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's a big thing for them as well. But actually, really interesting that as well. I was reading the Athletic article, and apparently, we were talking about this before he came on as well. Klein Thomas is the guy that has a 20% stake in Plymouth. So he can't have that and also be involved in this. He's the guy that popped up. So it appears that I think he said he's gifting it back to either the club or to someone based in Devon or something based in Devon, but he's not selling his shares, he's giving them away, which is a lovely gesture as well for a club. Like if he is going to leave, he's like, well, I'm not going to sell this to the highest bidder, I'm going to give this back to the fans. So it's fan owned again. You know, which I think is a really, really good way of doing it.
Says something about him, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah. The fan, and they also say in that statement that the fans will be the center of what we do. And right now, Leeds fans couldn't be further away from the club. If you think about the fan index poll that went out towards the back end again of last season, of the entire English football pyramid, Leeds ranked 4th last in the football index, which is a football engagement index of how clubs engage with their fans. 4th bottom in the entire pyramid in England, which is really shocking.
Needs to be asking some question then.
Yeah, but I mean, anyone who's tried to contact the club, and I've tried to, Joe knows this, and we've tried to contact the club about certain things. Anyone knows who's tried to contact the club, forget about it. Like, unless there's like, if you're one of us, you're not getting, no one in the club is talking to you. So it's this is a big change. You know, if they do mean putting the fans back in the center, they need to bring the fans back into this. And as I already said, like, this is a bigger club because you're looking at sitting on a potential development road of up to 60,000 fans, and you'll still have a waiting list after that as well. Like, this club is not getting smaller; it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know when you were talking about him sending the shirts to some people who probably never wear it? He'd have been better sending it to YouTubers, genuinely. And I'm not saying this from my side. He did sending it from to YouTube and for them to unbox it on the streams. That's all you'd ask them. You'd have got more traction doing that than sending it bloody no marks in America.
He did actually, Joe. He did actually.
Not the Leeds YouTubers,
though. One to talk then and talk that.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Here you go.
This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Why would you do that? Idiot, man. Anyway, we're moving on from him. Hell. Imagine. That's crazy, isn't it? Okay, so it goes on to say 49ers Enterprises, led by Marath and 49ers CEO Jed York, has steadily supported and increased its investment in Leeds United over the past 5 years. Moving forward, the group will look to enhance all aspects of the club, both on and off the pitch. Marath Kinnear and the club recently announced the appointment of Daniel Farker. The club's leadership has also been laying the groundwork to build a successful squad by retaining key players from last season's team, as well as bringing in new talent. Just the amount of money that's sloshing about, what's been said in this article, it does give me more confidence that we keep some of the other players that maybe we thought would leave. It says 49ers Enterprises bring in fresh leadership, management and a commitment to investment, which I'm confident will meet our ambition to compete for promotion and remain in the top flight as an established Premier League club, said Kinnear. He's got a lot of making up to do, by the way. I know Parag, Rudy and 49ers Enterprises will keep support central to their plans during their custodianship, and I'm excited to work in realising the true potential of this great club.
Love that term as well. They're calling it a custodianship because it is a custodianship, but they're not calling themselves owners, they're calling themselves custodians, and they've said that they're holding the torch currently. So all that's about, we have it right now, but we know we'll have at some point we'll give it on.
And it's not a case of like, when Radwazani was saying to the Athletic, it's none of your business what I do with my business. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe.
Yeah, he always says custodians to Radwazani. Then we also the custodians when Athletic questioned me about Alan Road, and he said, it's none of your business what I do with my properties.
To be fair to Rads, he said it's been an honour to guide Leeds over the last 6 years, spent so much time with the best fan base in the world.
True.
I'm surprised you treat him with content. And 49ers Enterprises have been fantastic partners for years, and I'm confident they will take Leeds to the next level.
Also,
are you confident?
Very end of that, Joe.
Yeah.
Talk about transparency of people. At the very end of that article, it's like, don't know who these people are? Check them out here.
Yeah, true.
They're telling you to go and research these people. So they're not.
Yeah, it actually says you can find their bios on the Leeds website. Yeah. Oh yeah, see that's what I mean. Oh, I mean, look at Angus. Why is it? We know about Angus, man. Don't worry about Angus.
I always wonder what Angus though, is he just being a massive scapegoat for the other two? I think because I mean, how many
yeah, but he wrote his own notes, didn't he?
That's what I was going to say though. How many directors of football are put in the position where they have to write program notes? It's usually the owner and the club captain or the manager and the club captain. And here we have a situation where he's put in. I always refer to him as gaslighting the Leeds fans. I wonder, was it just his sense of humor just wasn't being picked up in text form? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where he's made some blunders in his program notes, but at the same time, he had a very good track record where he's been before without causing any problems. And I wonder, is he just the common denominator in the other two? Is he the one that's just, they've gone, right, push him to the front if anything goes wrong? He's the English guy. He'll get the whack first, and then we can all hide behind him.
And despite what people say about him, he was always there. Yeah. Wasn't he? He was always.
And the final game of the season, he was there the last game of the season. He's the only one that showed up and faced the music. So,
and the 49ers have kept him. So
correct. He doesn't make enough to do. Joe's right, but I think he will.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Listen, I don't want to keep everyone too much. It's what time are we on? It's bloody bedtime, isn't it?
It's way past.
It's well past it. You're right. Let's finish up with when do we make our first signing and who's it going to be, and where do we finish? Because we're all feeling excited right now. I'm excited.
It's the wrong time to make predictions, Joe.
I'm gonna go for. I think it's going to be Ethan, isn't it? We already know that, right? You're not allowed to pick Ethan. Who's the next, right? I'm going to go Nat Phillips. I think they're all going to be signed on Friday. I think we're going to get a triple announcement or something. And Leeds United are going to win the league. HMS pissed the league. Let's go. Lloyd, I'll come to you.
I think we're going to go all out for Perot. I've just got a feeling we're going to go for Perot,
nice.
Which would be brilliant. And I think predictions, top two. I think we're going to go back up. I'm really confident.
I'm buzzing with that. I'll take that. Right, Joe, come on. Pressure's on.
I think either Pirro or Nat Phillips. I think one of those two will happen for the weekend.
Wow.
And I think the same top two. I think top two,
Andrea?
Nat Phillips Thursday.
And where are we going to finish?
Automatic promotion, I think.
See, am I the only one who's going to say with chess we're going to win the league? You're scared of Leicester's, aren't you? You're scared of Leicester.
No.
I'm scared of us. I know what we can do as a team.
Yeah.
You implode at any moment.
True. Come on then, Lockie. Join me, brother.
I'll go Kamara. I think that one's going to get done quite quick. I was going to say something about that one. I was going to say we're going to break the points record for it.
Don't do a lot.
No. If you know, you know. But I said I messaged you the other day when you're feeling down, Joe. I think just give it time, we'll be all right. Back's the man, back him with these players, we'll be good. I still think, easy top two. I think we can win the league if we get it right.
Yeah, definitely. Listen,
I'll get recruitment right.
Flash. I'd love to be able to flash everyone's comments up, but for whatever reason, but we've got a few here. Russ says Phillips Thursday, champions. Joe says Kamara Thursday, and we finished second behind Southampton with Leicester in sixth.
We were getting relegated a few days ago. Most of the fans.
Jamie says Kamara, Ampadu, Pirro, Dennis, Kamara, Darlow, Phillips, all in before weekend. Imagine that. That'd be amazing.
All of them.
God.
Yeah, imagine. There you go. Yeah, loads. Sorry, folks. This has really been difficult with it being over there. Apologies. No doubt we'll be back at some point tomorrow. Make sure you check Joe out at Leeds United The View. Obviously, he'll be doing a video tomorrow announcing this news, no doubt, in his news. Lockie will be scouring, waiting for players, getting closer so he can do tactical videos. Lloyd will be there again, reacting no doubt to the 49ers news, and Andrea hopefully will be with me at some point during the day, and if not, you can catch him chatting to our new owners on Twitter. I think he's been up to his ITK, but yeah, we'll be back. Listen, thanks everyone, and I think it's only fair we finish with this.